2 more preseason games tonight, 3 more tomorrow, which makes it the perfect time to bring in our friend from NBC's Football Night in America and Football Morning in America, and a Hall of Famer at the National Sports Media Association, my pal Peter King. Let me start with this. Antonio Brown is reportedly not going to play if he can't wear his old helmet, which has been banned. What do you make of this?
You know, Tony, I think it's the immaturity of Antonio Brown, which is what consistently drove the Steelers crazy. And it's one of the reasons why he's not on the Steelers anymore. You know, they're just too often that he doesn't play by the rules, that he makes up his own rules and plays by them. On any given week in the NFL this year, what Antonio Brown is trying to do is he's trying to say that, okay, I know 1,695 football players in this league have to wear helmets that are designated to be safe by the National Football League, okay? And the NFLPA, I might add. This is not a dictatorial thing by the NFL. The NFLPA has agreed to this 100%. And then there's one player, Antonio Brown, who has to wear an old helmet that is not deemed safe by the NFL and NFLPA. It's nonsense.
Peter, I know you addressed it on a podcast, the whole situation with the helmet. What is it about this helmet that the NFL wants all their players to wear?
Look, Frank, here's the deal. The NFL and the NFLPA have examined and tested every helmet on the market, including those made by a visionary new helmet manufacturer called Visus in Seattle. And they have tested all of these helmets, and they have basically said, okay, NFL players, you can wear these X number of helmets, Riddell, Schutt, Visus helmets. You can wear these. These are good. And these other ones that many players have been wearing for years and years, these we don't approve. There's various manufacturers and various styles of helmets. Last year, players had any helmet could be grandfathered in for 1 more year. Tom Brady had a helmet that wasn't approved. Aaron Rodgers had a helmet that wasn't approved. And Antonio Brown obviously had a helmet that wasn't approved. And they were told by the NFL this year, 2019, no more grandfathering in. The NFLPA agreed. And so everybody now, and again, I've heard nothing about Brady. I've seen Rodgers wearing a new helmet. I don't know that Brady is. I assume he is. He's a pragmatist. You know, he lost the fight. He can't wear his old helmet. So I just think what has happened here is the NFL, which last year, Frank, saw a 24% reduction in the number of concussions from 2017 to 2018, they're not backing down for any one player. And if they let Antonio Brown break the rules on this, what's to say Tom Brady or any one of the 32 that ended last year grandfathering in their helmets, who's to say that they wouldn't say, hey, I want to wear the helmet I want to wear?
All right, let's get off Antonio Brown and helmets for a second and get to Andrew Luck and calf injuries. He'll be out for at least the next 3 practices with his calf injury. Frank Reich says he's still feeling pain. How concerned are the Colts over this situation with their great quarterback?
You know, I talked to Reich on Sunday. I talked to GM Chris Ballard on Sunday at their camp, and I talked to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is absolutely unequivocally unconcerned about it, even though there's a football game 4 weeks from this weekend that he's going to have to be ready for. The thing that would bother me a little bit, Tony, is that this has bugged him since April, and it hasn't gone away. The MRIs say it's not severe, say it's a strain. He's had 3 MRIs. He told me, Luck said, I'll be there opening day. You got to take him at his word, but I just know this, that if he can't move around in the pocket, you know, he's already slow anyway. And if he can't move around in the pocket, that's going to be tough. That offensive line is going to be really challenged to keep him upright all season.
All right, Peter, the injuries are already starting in the preseason. Eagles backup Nate Sudfeld, he broke his wrist. Any chance at all that they may pursue Sam Bradford? What about Colin Kaepernick, still out there, obviously?
I don't see it, Frank, because, you know, word this afternoon is that Sudfeld probably will be back sometime, maybe late September. So I think they're willing to have Cody Kessler be the backup for at least the first maybe 3 weeks of the season. But I will say this. The backup quarterback position is most important of all 32 teams. It's most important in Philadelphia. This is a Super Bowl roster with a quarterback who's been lost for the season 2 years in a row in December. They got to have an important backup quarterback there. That's why Sudfeld, even though nobody knows who he is an important guy. He's totally trusted by Doug Peterson.
The Browns had the enthusiasm of a college team last night. I watched that game against Washington. Then Antonio Callaway gets suspended 4 games today. Wilbon, who normally sits here, thinks the Browns are total hype. Can't stand the Browns. Are they real or are they fragile in your mind?
Tony, to quote Jerry Seinfeld, they're real and they're spectacular. Look, I don't know right now if they're going to win 12 games. I think the Steelers, I'd give them a slight edge in this division. But I just want you to imagine this. If they're healthy, all right, come late November, they could have the best running back duo in football, you know, in Nick Chubb and 2017 rushing champion Kareem Hunt. And obviously, it's a big question whether Odell Beckham Jr. stays healthy for a full season. But just think about it. If he's healthy, he and Jarvis Landry, great combination. I think they've got absolutely tremendous skill players on this team. And we'll see what happens. Their offensive line worries me, and a second pass rusher worries me a little bit on Cleveland. But I think they're going to be pretty good.
Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.